this is just a straightforward full body mobility routine. So I'm going to start off, just bring the two arms up and down, just going to move those shoulders, just get the shoulders moving, get a little blood flowing through the body. A couple of deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. That's it, up and down. And then from there we're going to bring the two arms across the body. So just a couple of reps, just bringing it across and back, just get those shoulders moving. Like I said, get the blood flowing around the upper body. So the reason why I'm doing this mobility routine is I've just come back from Valencia where I ran the marathon, and it's about 5 days after the race, and I just feel like I need a little bit of mobility in my body. And a couple of lads that I was with said it'd be a good idea to just get a video on it. So again, we're just going up and down again. So you can use this after any hard or heavy session, or at the end of a hard or heavy week, or if your training volume's going up, you can use this whether you're a runner, triathlete, whatever it is you do. Just keep yourself nice and mobile. Okay, one more time across the front of the body. That's good. And then we'll do two more. One over, one right arm on top. And then from there I'm just going to swing the right arm. So just swing it. I like to place my hand across the front of my left pec just to give it a bit of stability and make sure that I can feel that shoulder moving. And just get a couple of reps and a little bit of speed in it. You don't have to go super slow. Like I said, we're just getting some mobility in here. It's not really a flexibility routine, so that's it. Change over onto the left arm. Get the breathing going. Big deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth. And like I said, a little bit of speed in that arm. You're not trying to swing it too much, but you're not trying to control the speed too slowly either. Okay, switching back onto the right arm. This time we're going reverse direction. So it's going backwards now with a backstroke. Good. That's it. And then change onto the left arm. Swing it right round. That's great. Okay, so you got the blood flowing around the upper body now. Drop the hands onto the hips. What we're going to do now is just draw the head down towards the chin, down towards the chest, and then extend it back up. Just look up at the ceiling, nice and slowly. Just drop it right down, back up, and just one more time, slowly down, and slowly back up, right up to the ceiling. And then from there, drop the right ear down towards the right shoulder, and then the left towards the left shoulder. Try and keep your hands on your hips. What you don't want to do is you don't want to start bringing the shoulder up towards the ear. You want to try and bring the ear towards the shoulder. So try and resist that urge to make that shoulder right up a little bit higher than what it should be. That's it. We'll just do one more on each side. Right down and back. Good. From there, clasp your hands in behind your head. I'm just going to draw my head down. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to flex forward and bring my elbows towards my knees. That's it. And then come back. And as I come back, I'm going to extend it up and push my elbows back. Extend my lower back, and then again bring my elbows in, draw it down, elbows down towards the knees, round out the whole back, bring it back up, extend the elbows out, extend the lower back. So breathe in, this time go down, and then breathe out as you come up. Let's just do two more. Right down, elbows into the knees, and then extend it right back, and last one, go right down. So really mobilizing the upper body, really mobilizing those shoulders. That's great, and relax. From there, I'm going to bring the two hands back. I'm going to bring them back off the midline, and then bring them down and extend them back off the midline. So we're going right back on each end. So behind the head on the top end, and behind the back on the lower end. Again, get that breathing going. You really want to work those shoulders right to the end of range. Deep breath in, and out. One more at each end. Right back, and relax. From there, just taking off that midline again, I'm going to shift the hips side to side so I can really feel myself starting to get a little bit warmed up now. I've got that blood moving around my upper body. I'm just going to push that blood down now around that core area. So pushing the hips off the midline. That's good. So you're bending the knee to whatever side the hip is going to. So my right knee bends as the hip goes right, and my left knee bends as the hip goes left. Let's just do a couple more of those, and then I'm just going to take it into circles. So one more on each side, and then we're going to change, bring it into circles. So really get those hips, you really get that lower back, that lumbar spine to mobilize all those joints. That's good. Go around in one direction. Don't forget to take the big deep breaths into the nose, out to the mouth, and then change direction. Good. Great. That's it, and relax. From there, give yourself a big hug. Okay, so this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate my body just 10 reps from left to right. So I'm really giving myself a hug. My two hands are almost holding my shoulder blades and I'm rotating around, all the way around. And you can see my head is following my elbows as they go around. So imagine my nose is kind of stuck on the same plane as my elbow. So we're going right around. Okay, and relax. Now, change it from there. I'm going to do the same exercise, but this time my head is going to stay fixed. So I'm going to keep looking at the camera. And I'm going to bring my right shoulder around to my chin and then my left shoulder. So it's really good neck mobility. So your head is fixed, look at something on the wall. Don't let the head move and bring those shoulders around. Like I said, brilliant exercise for getting some neck mobility. If you have any stiffness, tightness or tension in your neck, this is the go-to exercise that you should use. Okay, one more on each side. And relax. And then from there, leave the hands behind the head again. And we're going to just flex it forwards like we did before. Elbows in between the knees, extend it back. Elbows in between the knees, extend it back. We'll just do 5, so that's 3. You can bend the knees slightly on the way down, but really make sure you extend it back on the way back. Last one. And up. And relax. Good. From there, we're going to flex it down towards the ground. We're going to come back up. We're going to go down towards the right, so we're really mobilizing that lumbar spine down towards the left. Okay, so down to the middle. Deep breath in. Breathe out as you go down to the right. Deep breath in. And breathe out as you go down to the left. Come back up. Let's do one more round. Straight down. That's it. You can bend the knees a little because we're not going for flexibility. We're going for mobility. Back up, down to the left. And up. Good. From there, we're going to just swing the right leg up and down. Try and get that heel right up to the backside. We'll just get 10. So really getting that knee moving now. Last one. Change over. We're going to go 10 on the left side. So I have a little bit of a stiff left knee. It's always a little bit problematic and it's certainly a little bit sore today. But I'm going to really try and get that heel back up to my backside. Just 3 more. Good. From there, 2 feet in front. Your feet are about 5 centimeters apart. Hands on your 2 knees. And we're just going to do circles in one direction. Great. Just really get those knees circulating in one way. That's it. So the ankles will start to get a bit of movement through them now as well. Then change direction. So we're going the opposite direction now. Good. Everything feels a little bit clunky and stiff there. Good. Take it back up. And then from there, on the right side, we're just going to split stance. So my left foot is probably halfway further than my right foot. And I'm just going to bring my ankle up and down. So we're going to do 10 reps. That's 4, 5. So I'm keeping the toes on the ground. And I'm just driving that knee forwards. But the toes stay on the ground. So it's a real good ankle mobility exercise. Last one. Change over. So right foot is halfway in front of the left foot. Keep the left toes on the ground. Drive the left knee forwards. Good, and relax. From there, just up on the toes. So we're going to do 10 reps where we just come into a calf raise. So you can use a little bit of speed again. We're not trying to control it too much. We're not worried about strength training. We're not worried about flexibility training. We just want to get those ankles moving. That's it. Let's get 3 more. 2. Last one. Okay, from there, swing the right arm forwards again. Let's just get that blood moving. So we've had the blood down our lower body. We're just going to get it moving back up to the upper body. Keep the heart rate up a little bit. Change arms. Right, left arm now. That's good. We'll do another couple. Then we'll go back onto the right arm going in the opposite direction. So change over. Right arm is going backwards like the backstroke. And you don't have to keep your core still. If you want to just rotate a little bit, that's totally fine. Because like I said, we're working on mobility, not flexibility. That's good. Change over onto the left arm. Great. Okay, from there, bring the 2 arms across the front. So as I go forwards and back, my right arm's going under, right arm's going over, right arm under, right arm over. You can do that if you want, or you can just go straight to the same plane, each one. Okay, from there, the 2 arms are going up and down now. So really, like we did earlier, extend it back as you go back and extend it behind the midline when you come down as well. Great, so those arms, upper body's really starting to feel a bit freer now. From there, link the hands behind the head. We're going to bring those, we're going to do 5 reps, elbows down between the knees, and then extend it back. Should feel much freer now, should be able to extend. I can get my knees, my elbows right between my knees as I go down. And extend it right back, push those elbows apart. One more. And relax. Good. From there, I'm just going to take it down into like a hip flexor stretch position. So right leg forward, left leg back. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to keep my right foot is almost on the midline of the mat. I'm just going to push those hips forward and back. So we're just kind of going out into that hip flexor stretch, but we're not holding it there because, like I said, we're working on mobility, not flexibility. So just get right down. So really opening the anterior, the front side of that left hip. So we're working on the left hip here. That's great. Good. And relax, hold it there. This time, take the left arm and bring it under the right leg. You're going to use your right arm, you're just going to pull that arm under and then let it back. I'm going to pull the left arm under and bring it back. So it's like a sawing motion, but we're working mainly on the left shoulder, not the right shoulder. So pull it right through, just give it a good pull as it goes through, so you really get that shoulder blade moving around those upper ribs, so the scapula is sliding across the upper ribs. It's a good flexibility for the shoulder. One more, and relax. Switch it round. So, left leg goes forwards, right leg is back. We're going to shift that pelvis forwards, we're going to open up the, actually I'll stay in the position that I was in so you can see it from this side. So, I've still got the same thing, my left leg is forwards, last time was my right leg is back, shift that hip forwards. So we're really starting to feel that anterior side of the right hip this time, opening up. Deep breath in, as you breathe out, as you push down. That's it, really get into that hip, good. Let's just get 2 more, right down. Last one. Okay, so we want to get this shoulder done now. So bring the right arm under the left leg. Left arm takes the right shoulder. We're just going to pull it through and back. And use that left arm to really encourage that right arm to go in a little bit further than what it wants to do. Again, you can slow it down if you want, but you don't have to do these exercises super slow because they are mobility, not flexibility. And relax. From there, come back onto 2 knees. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to reach down towards our heels at the back and then take it forwards and just go down towards the push-up position, lift it back up, reach down towards the heels and then take it down into that push-up position, push the chest down towards the floor. So what we're doing is as we go back we're working the anterior side of the hips, as we go down we're working the anterior side of the shoulders. You can make the push-up position at the front a little bit wider and it will just get a little bit more depth into the shoulder stretch. I'm going to go right out this time and take it back. Okay, link the hands behind the head, extend it back, really get that lumbar spine extended. Now you can bounce it a little bit but not too much. And then ease off. One more time, bring it back, try and keep your head up, look up towards the ceiling, let it bounce at the end of range, come back. From there, we're just going to bring that right arm forwards and back 5 times. So push the elbow back as far as it can and then push it forwards as far as it can. Try and keep the midline pretty straight. Change onto the left, right arms go forward and back. We're stabilizing that core as we push the arm off the midline. Last one. Good. From there, I'm going to bring the 2 arms backwards in that kind of windmill or backstroke like motion. So now that we've taken the feet off the ground, it makes it a little bit more difficult to stabilize, so therefore we have to use our core a little bit more in this activity. Change direction now, bring them both forwards in either windmill motion or I guess it'd be kind of like butterfly, but you're not going to be able to get the range because your feet are off the ground. Okay, 2 more reps. Last one. And relax. Take it back up in there. Heart rate should be up a little bit now because we're moving that blood around quite well. 2 legs out into a wide stance. What we're going to do this time is we're going to lean down into bend the left knee, keep the right leg straight, lean onto the left foot, change up, change it over, Left leg stays straight, lean onto the right side. So we're going side to side, and each time you're going to try and just get down a little bit further. Again, it's not a stretch, it's not flexibility, it's mobility. Really working the inside of those hips, open up those groins, get yourself some freedom in there. Fantastic exercise if you've been doing a lot of running or a lot of cycling. That's it, and relax. Okay, so from there, we're going to reach the two hands down, right down onto the ground, hold it there, and this time we're going to rotate our right arm up towards the ceiling, take it down, change over, left arm goes up. So now we're working shoulders and hips together, we're just alternating. As you swing that hand up towards the ceiling, try and look up at it as well with your head, so try and rotate the neck, so we're getting mobility going right from the neck, through the shoulders, right down through that thoracic spine, and then obviously across those hips which are opened out. Last one, on each side, left arm, and back up. Good. Make the stance a little bit narrower, so I'm a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Turn your 2 feet out. This time bend your knees, so you're bending right then into it, and you come back up straight. So we're going down and back. It's just like a sumo squat, but put your hands across the front of your hip, and as you go down, you're trying to push your hip, if you can, down towards the ground as you go down, and back up. Good, so really mobilizing both the knees and the posterior side of the hip now. We've externally rotated the hip to open it up, and then we're pushing out to the back of the hip is really opening up. You're really getting a stretch into that hip joint capsule on the posterior side, so just in behind that hamstring attachment, in around underneath the glutes. Last one, and then we'll hold it down, and then from there, this is tough, we're going to shift the weight to the left, and then shift the weight to the right, and really feel that hip joint capsule stretching at the back. Change from side to side. Good, one more on each side, and relax, take it back up. Just to loosen it out, bring the 2 feet a little bit more than shoulder width apart, like we did at the start. Straight down the midline, come back up, down to the right side, come back up, down to the left side. We'll get 2 more rounds on that. Straight down to the middle, all the way up, down to the right, all the way up, down to the left. Okay, one more time in each of those. And back up. Okay, from there, we're down onto the mat this time, laying back flat. Okay, this time we're going to just bring that left leg up into a hamstring stretch, but as we do, we're going to drop it down towards the ground, and as we bring it up, we're going to bring our head towards our knee, okay? So starting completely flat, knees bent, lift the right leg up, we're going to draw it forwards and bring the head up, and then back down. So now, you get flexibility across that hip, across the thoracic spine and the neck. A good stretch along the posterior side of the body. We've done a lot of anterior mobility, just a little bit of posterior mobility. Last one. And relax it down. From there, just give the neck a rest. We're just going to rotate the legs from side to side so the knees are bent, and just drop them off the midline. So drop it down to the left, across to the right. Okay, just get the breathing going. Give the neck a little rest, and then we're going on to the left side. Last one, back to the midline. 2 knees bent, lift the left leg up. So we're going to draw that left leg in, and as we do, the head comes towards the knee. For 10 reps, 3, 2, 1. That's it, good. Try and get it right in. Try and get a little bit further each time if you can. 2 more. Don't hit your head and yourself in the eye with your knee, which I almost did. And relax. Drop it down, rest the head down, rock the leg side to side again. That's it. Okay, so I've got my 2 hands out, and I'm using my hands to stabilize so that my shoulders don't move. As I come back, the soles of my feet are touching the ground each time they come across. So the only thing really moving is those hips to get them mobilized, and that lumbar spine as well, the low back. Last one, back to the midline. From there, right leg comes up across the left. We're doing the same thing. We're going to draw our left leg in this time, which will mobilize the right hip. And as we do, we're going to bring our head up to meet it. So I'm going to grab my knee, and just pull it in, let it off. So there won't be as much range this time as there was the last time. Really pull that knee in. Bring the forehead towards the left knee. Bring the chin towards the chest. 3 more. 2. Last one. And relax. Good. Change over. Okay, so we're going to just bring that right knee up. And we're going to bring the head in to meet it. And relax. So, like I said, there's not as much range this time as the last time. But you should really feel it on that left hip this time. Let's get 3 more. 2. Last one. And relax. Good. We're going to take it up from there. So back to what we did earlier in the routine. Just going to do a few hip mobility circumduction. So spin those hips going clockwise. Just get a couple of reps on that and then change. We'll go anti-clockwise. Good. Just loosen out those hips completely. Hands behind the head. Extend it down. Come back up. Should feel nice and free now. Drop it right down and up. Deep breath in. And then breathe out as you extend back. Let's get 2 more. Last one. Good. Okay, so from there, we're going to go back into the knees. We're almost finished. Right leg down on the ground. Left leg is forwards. Right knee is into the mat. So what we're going to do this time is, the last time we just pushed the hips forward and back. We're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to bring the shoulders in. So this is quite an advanced mobility technique. So the hips are going down in a diagonal angle towards the left heel. And as they do, the right arms come back. 3, 2, 1, drop down and back. And as you come back, you're trying to extend out this left knee. That's it. So on the last 2 exercises, as I said, we did a lot of posterior mobility. So this is definitely anterior, so getting the anterior side of the shoulder and obviously the anterior side of the hip. And then the ankle is fully dorsiflexed or plantar flexed, so you're getting the front side of the ankle. Last one. Good. Change over. Right leg forward, left leg back. 2 hands by your side. Push that hips down towards the ground. Good. Oh, I forgot to extend that knee down on the way forward. So I'm just going to do a couple of extra ones on that because I forgot to flatten out that knee. Just help me fine. Let's just get 3 more. Right down. Last one. And relax. Good. Okay, back up straight. Standing on the mat. Let's just flex it down. Should feel nice and easy getting down forwards. Come back up, link the fingers. Stretch it right up straight. Extend it back. That should feel a whole lot freer than it did at the start. And relax. Slide the right hand down the right knee. Should feel a bit freer. Left side down. Come back up. Bring your 2 hands across. We're just going to finish up. Let's just get a couple of rotations each side. So that upper back and neck should feel much freer now. My head is following my elbows. Like I said earlier, like I said, my nose has to track my left elbow, which is on top. And then we're finished. And then we're going to look at something on the wall and do the same thing. Head stays straight this time. So that feels much easier for me than it did at the start. Good. 1 more on each side. And relax. Just a few nice easy little rotations with the shoulders going backwards. And then a few going forwards. Feet off midline. Extend it back and forwards. Just take that heart rate down a little bit. Good. So that feels good. My lower back, a little bit of stiffness there at the start, but that feels much better now. And then just drop it down. Hold it down in a stretch. Rotate the right hand up towards the ceiling. See how that feels for you. It's a little test. It should feel a bit easier. Change over. Left arm up. Turn the head up. Try and look up towards the ceiling. Should feel a bit more movement. Drop it down. And relax. That's it, guys. That's just a straightforward little mobility routine that you can use if you're feeling a little bit stiff and tight because of the amount of training you've been doing. Remember guys, run far, run fast, and most of all, run sensible.